No problem.
Yeah. What's up? So about a month ago we actually went to Cabo San Lucas, and I kind of figured I should make this video just to kind of help anybody that might be traveling that way. I actually got a Snapchat from a friend that said they're going to Cabo next year, and I figured, you know what, I could actually make a full video because they asked me where the best places to eat and just a couple things like that. So I figured, you know what, how about let's make a full video. I'm gonna give you some tips, 3 places that were super cheap to eat but like actually so good, and pretty well just how to kind of save a bit of money if you're traveling on a budget, because Cabo, it's not cheap. All right, so first, before we left to Cabo, I actually did a bit of research. I looked in all the different areas around where we were kind of staying. I wanted to make sure that I could find a good place to get coffee because I drink a lot of coffee. Also looked at different places that I knew I wanted to eat and just how far everything kind of is, like walking distance, all of that. So for us, we actually got an Airbnb. It was a lot cheaper. We also did fly with a very cheap airline. Like our whole trip was really cheap. I don't remember how cheap it was. I'll try to put it on the screen here once I figure it out. But we did go with the kids also, and we did find a lot of different places to eat. But at the end of the video, I'm going to give you the 3 places that I actually really enjoyed that were decently cheap in Cabo San Lucas. All right, first tip, Google Translate. That's gonna help you a lot, especially if you don't speak Spanish. We didn't speak any Spanish at all. There was a lot of places we went that weren't exactly down by the marina, that were, the menus were just pure Spanish, and Google Translate helped out a lot. A lot of it was actually using Google Translate, taking pictures of stuff, and then once you do that, we're pretty well just pointing at what we want to get. Probably would have been a lot smarter to actually try to learn Spanish, but it was a last minute trip, and yeah, but that one's a big tip, will definitely help out a lot. Research the area is another tip, because just like I was saying in the beginning, research where you want to go, especially if you think you want to eat somewhere. Look it up, check the reviews, things like that. I think it does help a lot. Sometimes we didn't do that all the time. There was times where we just kind of winged it and just went, checked out a place, went and ate there, and it turned out pretty good. Tip number 3, don't go and buy like the first thing you see. You're gonna find tons and tons of stuff. You're gonna walk, you're gonna find something, and they're gonna try to sell you it right away. Let's say something is $40. They'll try to sell it to you for $40 American. But once we waited and we went to these other places, we were there for a couple weeks, and if you just wait it out and you tell other people like, hey, they gave me this, they wanted it for this much, blah blah blah, you could get things for way cheaper. We ended up getting things that were originally, they told us $40, later we got it for $20. So there's a lot of these different things, whether it's like a poncho or a sombrero, anything over there. There's even cool little like necklaces and things like that. But yeah, don't buy the first thing you see. There's tons of places and everyone's trying to sell you something. Literally everyone under the sun is trying to sell you something. Another tip, carry clothes. For real, I always carried an extra set of clothes for me or the kids, swimming trunks, swimming gear, whatever it is. Carry that, because there's pools all over, there's the beach, there's everything. All right, this is a big one, especially for saving money. Don't call taxis, just use Uber, and you don't actually need to know Spanish for this one. This is a huge one. I'm actually going to make this number 1. We saved so much money compared to using taxis where we actually didn't speak Spanish to the taxi drivers either. Where Uber is, it literally tells you how far away they're going to be. It's going to be 2 minutes away. We're upstairs at the Airbnb. We've got 2 minutes to run down there. We're good to go, and we're sailing. Also, you don't have to talk to them at all. They just drop you off, and you could tip them in the app. Especially where we stayed, it was at an Airbnb, so we weren't exactly by the marina, and we had access to 2 different resorts. Maybe I'll talk about that later. I did plan on talking about it, but we kind of got roped into a timeshare thing I don't know, it's pretty sweet, but at the same time it was yeah. Anyways, so we were going to 2 different resorts, and we were kind of in the middle of both of them, so we were using Uber back and forth quite a bit. But if you're not using Uber and you're like kind of down by the marina, that's where everything kind of is happening. You're just gonna be walking for the most part anyways. Yeah, just try to walk as much as you kind of can too. You'll see a lot more and have a lot more fun that way. This is a tip that I looked up myself. Like I told you, I did research. It says to look out for thieves, but I really didn't find anything. And we weren't even like in the marina down there. We were actually like out of town. Honestly, I didn't have any fears or anything like that. I wasn't worried at all. Actually, I was, because of all the people that were saying look out for thieves on YouTube, and I watched a lot of these videos. And I was walking with my camera, like a $5,000 camera. I was definitely a little bit scared with the camera out. But other than that, I really just kind of got used to my surroundings and realized that wasn't as sketchy as a lot of people said it was. Okay, last tip, go to Walmart. Honestly, we went there twice. So we were there for 2 weeks. So we went there at the beginning of each week. Just kind of like stocked up on a lot of different things. You'll definitely save a lot more money than eating. I think we tried to eat out like once, maybe twice every day. Well, actually probably twice a day. But for the most part, we ate breakfast at the house or at the Airbnb, and it definitely saved us a lot of money. Okay, the best cheap eats. These places were honestly amazing. I really have nothing bad to say about any of these places. So number 1 spot, Terrace Coffee. It's overlooking like a lot of Cabo San Lucas. It's not way high up, but you're on like the 4th floor or something, I believe. And you could kind of just see all the traffic, and you can kind of see the ocean, and you get to have a coffee up top and just see all that. It's really nice. We went there like 3 times, maybe 4. Yeah, we went there a lot, and the coffee was amazing. Food was so good. They had these giant burritos. We just ate so much there, and I would recommend 100%. If you're there, just go check it out. Even if you're just stopping by for a quick coffee, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I hope I'm pronouncing this one right. It's called La Cura Mariscos, I believe. But the best fish tacos I ever had, like hands down, like no word of a lie, they were actually that good. Nobody there did speak any Spanish. There was one younger kid that didn't speak any English. There was one younger kid that kind of spoke a little bit of English, that kind of came up and tried to talk with us a little bit. So helped us out. But yeah, for the most part, we did use the Google Translate there also. But really good. Tacos El Nortino, I believe. I'm really bad with all these things. But this place was right across the road from our Airbnb, really close to where we were at, and everything was so cheap. Like we ate there a lot, just compared to like a lot of the other places in Cabo that are really expensive to eat at. And the tacos were amazing. They had barrage tacos or whatever they're called. I totally forget what those things are, how they're pronounced, but they were amazing. And we went there a lot of the time because it was so close to our hotel and it was cheap. Okay, this one is one that a lot of people can go to. It's called Taco Loco. It's right down in the marina. It's super easy to find. There's just a lot going on there because it's right down by the marina. There was like a parade that went by, and we went there. I think we went there twice. But you could get 3 beer for $6. That's a steal. And then there's like a burrito that is just a beast, a super burrito for, I think it was like under $10 too. So you're getting like 3 beer and a giant burrito for like what, $16 or something, under $20. That's pretty cheap. So yeah, we went there quite a few times. The food was really good. Would recommend that one too. That's all my tips and my recommendations for cheap food. But yeah, we didn't exactly just eat nothing but really cheap food. We went to some really other good places that were like the Hungry Shark. There was like a seafood pasta that was just unreal. But yeah, there was just so many places we went. Yeah, we went, did all kinds of stuff, snorkeling and Yeah. But if anybody else is interested in anything else like that, let me know in the comments and I'll make a couple more videos, because I have tons of footage from that trip, like so much footage. I still haven't even fully went through all of it, like threw the drone up a ton, tons of GoPro shots, camera footage, iPhone footage. There's just tons. So if anybody's interested, I'll go through it and make another video. So anyways, those are my tips and recommendations. We will catch you in the next video. Deuces. Come on, essays.